Alright, what's up everyone? Sean here with Cory.
What's up?
And we are back for the podcast. It's been quite a while. We've been gaming for the second channel. We've been playing Bayonetta, and we just finished that, and that was a fun game. You can hear our full review about it on the final episode of that. But in short word, it was really awesome, and we are glad that we picked it up, and we will definitely be playing Bayonetta 2 on this channel. So anyways, I believe this is... When was the last time we freaking did a podcast here?
A while ago.
A while back, right? Yeah, let's type podcast. Yeah. Oh, wow. A month, pretty much. So this is the 21st episode of the podcast. Thank you guys for listening in. So I wanted us to talk about the iPhone 6, particularly the Plus, and the fact that, you know, it had its problems, especially when it bended in your pocket. How do you feel about that?
It's... okay. I don't understand why people put $1,000 phones in their back pocket.
Mm-hmm.
That's, you know, that's my thing. Yeah, it's a big-ass phone. Like, obviously, it's going to have its possibilities to potentially bend and or have some problems, especially because it's made out of, like, aluminum.
Right.
And aluminum's not super rock-solid. Material, you know, especially if it's a thinner aluminum, which if you feel, I felt that phone, it's not a heavy phone, so you know they used a thinner aluminum so that it didn't end up making it weigh, you know, fucking ton, and they kept it thin.
Right.
So get a case for your phone, wear it on your hip or something, you know, in a holster.
Yeah.
I mean, I think it sucks that the phone does bend, but, you know, I just gave you my opinion on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it's just, it does, yeah, like Cory said, it does suck when it's on its own, it just bends, so you need to buy something in order to compensate that. You know, I kind of feel a little iffy about that, having to spend a little more money, just because, on its own, it's bendable. It's quite fragile. And
see, the thing, I don't think I personally wear clothing tight enough to where it would cause enough stress to bend the phone, though.
Yeah, that's pretty unbelievable.
You know what I mean? So, like, it's not necessarily just the phone. It's like, why are you putting it in a pocket that it doesn't fit in?
Right.
Anyway.
Why are you, like, forcing it in your fucking pocket in the first?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it does fall onto the owner as well as the phone, you know, but I don't know, I guess, like, there's no particular side to blame on. It's like there's both sides that, you know, really need to take precaution, really. You know, of course, Apple should have been aware, and, you know, people do crazy shit, so they gotta, like, really kind of, you know, test it to the limit, I guess, or find, you know, ways so that, you know, like, to prevent, you know, this from happening, that kind of way. And, like, you know, you need to kind of go out of the box in a way. Like, you can't just say, oh, people wouldn't do this. Oh, well, there are people out there that will do a certain... Obviously, yeah. So they gotta kind of think out of that box. But also, the consumer has to be pretty careful. They can't just, like, always think, oh, it's gonna be okay. You know, it costs this much money. It'll be okay. You know, especially, you know, if it doesn't fit in your pocket and you're forcing it into it, that will cause some problems.
Exactly. For
a thin device. And, you know, you should know that it's made of aluminum, and one should know aluminum is not the most toughest of metals. It's quite malleable, actually.
Yeah.
It has to be pretty thick in order to be not bendable. So that kind of explains why. It's not just like the quality of the aluminum; it's just aluminum
Yeah,
itself.
it's natural metal properties.
It's just natural for aluminum to be bendable, um, which is why we have aluminum foil. And then
Right?
yeah, think of it that way, I guess. But yeah, it does kind of suck that they do have to they do resort to aluminum rather than mixing aluminum with something else.
Yeah.
But it's just how it is. Aluminum is cheap, also. That's the thing. And you just can't really do anything about it. That's Apple. But yeah, it is. I mean, the solution to that is pretty simple. It just sucks that you had to spend a little more money on it. All you had to just buy a case for it. Nothing complicated. So if you love if you love your Apple iPhone phone that's big, but you don't want to break it, obviously, buy a case. That's all you need to do. And yeah, pretty much nothing else to say. Just buy a case. Nothing more to it. Moving on. Apple recently came out with their new OS, which is Yosemite. I did the free upgrade pretty recently. So far, no problems. No big ones anyway. My minor complaint is let's say when I'm uploading a video to YouTube, the upload, like the window that opens up when you're trying to select the file.
Yeah.
For whatever reason, it's like oversized, so I can't shrink it. And if I try to shrink it, it's all the way down. So like my dock will show up, so it like blocks it.
That's hysterical.
It's pretty. I thought that was pretty weird. Like I don't know why that happened in the first place. For those people who have like older Adobe programs such as Photoshop, you might want to download like the newest version of Java, so that way you can actually use it. That's just like a pro tip if you plan to upgrade now. But otherwise, it's worth it. It's free, so how can you go wrong? You will definitely notice its aesthetic differences. A lot of the windows are transparent for some parts. That was a nice touch. People might find it annoying, but for me, it's not really much of a complaint. I did notice that a lot of the logos are different, including QuickTime, even iTunes. It's red now. I thought it was pretty weird, but that's how it is. Safari did go through an update too. Apparently, it's faster, but I haven't tried it myself. Because I usually don't use Safari. Yeah. I use Chrome. And the final logo changed too. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Just right off the bat, I have no complaints otherwise. It is in a way kind of smoother operation, so I like that. And there are a lot more things about it, but we don't have that much time to go over. So moving on. Oh yeah, Call of Duty is coming out soon. The newest, greatest Call of Duty. That's coming out on the 4th of November. So that's pretty much 2 weeks away, I think. We will definitely do a Let's Play of that one. Since we played Ghosts.
That's true.
Yeah. What's cool about that one is the story. For once, it's kind of interesting, and Kevin Spacey's in it. So I thought it was pretty cool. He's like the big politician and endorser of war and advancing technology, that kind of thing. And I think he's a villain or something like that, but we'll see. I'll definitely pick it up on the PS4, so it's time to dust off that PS4 and actually get that thing running now. Definitely the graphics look really cool from what I saw. Gameplay looks promising. And I'm really been looking forward to playing Call of Duty again, unlike Ghost, because Ghost didn't really have nothing new to offer. So that was pretty disappointing on that. It's been in the shelf for a pretty long time since we've finished that story. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But yeah, this one looks promising. It's like, Advanced Warfare. It's definitely even more towards future warfare. So with the exoskeletons and all, and so yeah, look forward to us to playing the story mode on our second channel. Let's see. Before I go into any more, do you have anything like particular, like piece of news that you wanted to share?
Nothing I can think of at the current moment.
Okay. There is a video of Justin Bieber in a box, like training in a, I don't know if it's boxing or kickboxing, but yeah, he was boxing either way. And yeah, I don't know. I thought that looked weird. I don't know if he's actually competing or anything, or he's just training just to exercise or something. But it just looks strange to me. Justin Bieber, I don't know what's going on with him. Let's see. Oh, definitely. I guess we can talk about this. How do you feel about the whole like Ebola thing? What's your take on that?
I'm so confused by like. It's like all of a sudden somebody's got a positive for Ebola, but part of me feels like there should be some real concern, and the other part of me should be like, it's being made into a bigger deal than it should be. I was talking with somebody at work the other day, and they were talking about there's a list of like things to be concerned about that will cause death to you. And Ebola is like number 9, and number 8 is your own furniture falling on you and killing you. So there's better odds of your own furniture falling. Like we have better odds of this desk falling over right now and killing us.
Yeah, exactly.
Than getting Ebola. So
yeah, it's pretty much nothing to be concerned about now, especially here in the United States, since we have a pretty good protocol when it comes to that. I mean, we've had a bunch of outbreaks in the past, like swine flu, West Nile,
H1N1 or whatever.
H1N1, yeah. Was bird flu a thing? Was that, or is that?
Yeah, that was a thing.
Yeah.
Pretty sure, or it was in Asia.
That was in Asia.
Concerned about it coming over here.
Yeah, it was in Asia. Concerned about coming over here. Well, yeah. You know, like, it's just one of those things that like, you shouldn't really worry about, despite people just blowing it up and all that stuff. But yeah, let's see right here, like, American Ashoka Mokpo declared Ebola-free. Leave hospital tomorrow. Yeah, that's already telling us that Ebola is not exactly a threat at this point, and I don't think it's gonna ever be a threat. For now, I guess, unless somehow our U.S. government fucks up that bad. But yeah, otherwise I wouldn't worry about it. It's just go on with your lives. Don't concern yourself about Ebola. You have a better chance of getting into a car accident than getting Ebola.
Yeah.
And like Cory said, having a fucking desk falling over and killing you than Ebola. Someone asked me to talk about this, and he wanted to know what our opinions about when it comes to free-to-play games, and then all of a sudden those games require paying to, let's say, go, get rid of like a paywall / time wall, or like you're just like buying money to get more in-game currency, that kind of thing. How do you feel about that?
I'd rather just have to pay for it up front.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's frustrating when you're playing so far, and then all of a sudden it's like, we need money. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd rather pay up front.
Mm-hmm. A lot of...
Than
yeah.
have to be going through it.
Mm-hmm.
And then all of a sudden, getting to X point in time in the game, and then it's like, oh, to move it to advance, please pay X amount of money. Like, I'd rather just pay up front and and buy and invest instead of having to deal with that.
Yeah, a lot of that's been like a very strong trend amongst mobile gaming. It's like Angry Birds, Clash of Clans, that kind of thing. I'm not a huge fan of mobile gaming. I've only played Angry Birds in a very few games. Even at one point, I've even had a Sims game on my iPod, but that was a long time ago, and that has died out within me. So I'm not a huge fan of mobile gaming. But it does suck balls, and I really don't like how there's greed over gameplay, that kind of thing. Like there's a game that involves with Star Trek, and right away there's a time wall, and you can pay it off, or it can you can wait, but it's like such a long time that it just forces people to use actual money to get through it, and kind of like what Cory said pretty much. But this happens right away, so that's like even worse than your average mobile game or free to play game, excuse me. And because not all mobile games are like that, but a lot of them are. And the majority of those free to play games with tons of money, that kind of thing, later on are on the mobile market. So it does paint a bad picture on mobile gamers and mobile gaming in general. I feel like that should be a cool thing too, but because of these games, it taints the image.
Yeah,
it really sucks for them. It is just really annoying, because it also there's also a thing where Angry Birds kart racing, whatever the fuck it's called. The one of the most best carts, I guess, is something you buy. So people buy their way of getting I guess being better with money. So that's like the really one of the really taboo things about gaming. You shouldn't have to pay your way to be better than others. I always think you should spend time with just skill to get better at a game rather than paying your way via this particular item that is so powerful, whatever, that pretty much puts you on the top, while people don't want to spend their money, are gonna just be stuck on the bottom. That is also a bad thing about a lot of mobile games. So yeah, those kind of games, they suck. And it sucks for people that have to, suffer that firsthand. Maybe, because people don't know enough, and they buy the game, they have fun at first, they get invested, and all of a sudden, boom, you have to, they're forced to be, paid to, or no, they get forced to pay to continue to play the game. So yeah, very unfortunate, but it happens. It's an ugly world out there when it comes to gaming and business. Let's see here. Oh, did you hear about Dead Rising becoming a movie?
No, I didn't hear about that.
Oh yeah, it has a very interesting cast. I forgot his name. It's like Rob something. Let's see, right there, Rising. Yeah, the Rising movie. Yeah, this guy.
Oh, okay.
Is the main dude. He's Frank West. I forgot his name. He's from the Daily Show. Rob Riggle. There you go. He's gonna be Frank West. So pretty interesting. I think he's a nice pick. Also, other interesting cast members. Harley from Epic Mealtime will be part of it, and also Keegan Connor Tracy, and then some others. Um, yeah, that was a nice, nice casting so far. It's wait, is it gonna be? Yeah, it's a digital movie, so it's gonna be only on Crackle, and yeah, it's only gonna be on Crackle. Kind of an interesting move, rather than making a big theatrical release. It's gonna be only on the internet, Crackle, not on Netflix, nowhere else. Before it hits, DVDs, that kind of thing. Thought it was pretty cool that they're gonna work on Dead Rising. I think it's gonna be I think it's gonna be decent. It's a zombie movie pretty much. So
Yeah.
unless they fuck it up that bad. I mean, how do you feel about video game movies?
It's one of those things where I don't know how I feel about it until I've seen the movie.
Yeah.
Because they can go really well or really bad.
Yes.
Like Tomb Raider, I would say, is more successful than like when they tried to make Doom.
Ooh.
You know?
Ouch. Yeah. It is one of those things. Yeah, like it's either a huge hit or a huge miss, because a big part of that is missing, and it's the fact that you're not playing the game. You're watching it. You're watching a game, which is either kind of cool or pretty bad. Like Doom, for example. And a lot of these companies happen to be pretty, or a lot of these filming production, whatever, happens to be pretty subpar in the first place. Not like this like huge, it's not always like the big companies. I don't know if Doom was produced by a huge production company, like Warner Brothers, that kind of thing. I know Resident Evil was done to death so many times, and I was never interested in those movies. I watched the first one. I wasn't really captivated by it, so I just didn't even bother with the rest. I know Wesker appears at some point, and it's just all cheese from there. I mean, it's cool if they actually make a spin-off from the franchise, but if it's like part of the main series, it's gonna be pretty weird, I think.
Yeah.
But when it comes to these kind of movies like Dead Rising, I think it'll fit pretty well.
Yeah, I think it'll be fairly successful.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like Super Smash Bros. Is gonna come out on November 21st, so I thought that was pretty cool. Can't wait for that. That's like pretty much, actually, a month. Wow. Didn't really think about that till now. Oh yeah, Sonic Boom is gonna come out on the 11th, so that's pretty soon, pretty much like 3 weeks, I think. What, like, if you can, what's your prediction on Sonic Boom? Like, you think it's gonna be good? Is it gonna suck? Or what are your thoughts about that?
I think it's gonna have parts that are really good, and there's gonna be parts that are just gonna be not so good.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be just frustrating.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it. Like, I really want it to be good.
Mm. Yeah, because this one is it's an American-made Sonic game, so that's what's pretty interesting about it, and that's why. And we've played Sonic Lost World on our on this channel, full playthrough.
Yeah.
Definitely had a pretty fun experience, good and bad, and that's why we're gonna pick up Sonic Boom and see how Americans take on Sonic the Hedgehog, and hopefully it be good. I want it to be good as well, but I am expecting for parts where it will make us face palm, and but hopefully it'll be a fun experience overall. Yeah. It's coming out on the Wii U, which is pretty cool. Which is why we are playing it in the first place on this channel. But also it's gonna come out on the 3DS, so people who only have those portable systems, still have an option for Sonic Boom. But yeah, look forward to that. We will be playing Sonic Boom as soon as it comes out, and I will put it up on the channel as soon as possible. So look forward to that. Let's see, anything else that's coming out? Are you ever planning to get a 3DS?
Eventually.
Eventually, because
Ask me how far down the road it'll be though.
yeah. I bring that up because the new Pokemon's gonna come out. Pokemon Ruby. I don't know if you played that or not. Pokemon Ruby / Sapphire. It's Pokemon. How can you go wrong?
Yeah.
So like, it's nothing new, but it does offer some sort of new things. Like there's like the Pokemon Performer thing. Not sure how that's gonna like go. I don't know. It's gonna be like Guitar Hero, that kind of thing, or Dance Dance Revolution.
Yeah.
I haven't really looked into the trailers or any information beyond just the reveal. But yeah, I'm still looking forward to it. I'm gonna get it. I played Pokemon Ruby back during the Game Boy Advance days, so I had fun with that. And so I'm gonna look forward to Omega Ruby. I will be getting Omega Ruby. Anything else for game releases? No, that's it. That's which is kind of when it comes to Nintendo anyway. Maybe we'll bring up one more thing and we will wrap it up, perhaps. Well.
Oh, dude, the Unbelievably Sweet on Alpacas is next.
No.
Just kidding.
No.
Okay, gets that.
Please. All right. Yeah. Okay. Well, today I learned. Does that happen? Is that even possible in Torrens?
I don't know if it's possible here.
Yeah. At least in Washington it is. Yeah. I can't imagine someone pulling over a fucking TPD. Ugh. Especially when our department is pretty fucking mean and pretty aggressive. But, at least they don't fuck around. That's the thing.
They get the job done.
They get the job done. That's the thing. That's what it matters. But yeah, they still are assholes. Yeah. Yeah, that's interesting, though. Unmarked vehicles.
Huh.
Yeah, that is not a national law. Okay, yeah, it's only...
It's not a national law. But...
Okay, yeah. Well, that was interesting. Alrighty. Ebola plush toys fly off the shelf for Connecticut company. Really? Is this... No. Is this really gonna be a thing? Let me see here. Look at that. Why? Oh gosh, it's like the smallest one is like $10. The big one is $30. And the one that a Ebola petri dish toy is $15. Okay. Anyone that's supported by the current shortage of Ebola toys can click on the wish list. Oh god. Oh wow, they even have other ones like anthrax, botulism, botulism. Okay.
Cholera, and dengue fever.
That's interesting. Yeah, I guess we can leave it. I guess we can end it on that note. Unless you have anything more to say.
No.
Okay. That'll be it for today's podcast. Hope you guys enjoy that. thank you guys for listening in. We will be back for more podcasts, and of course, we will be back for Bayonetta 2, and soon after that, Sonic Boom. So looking forward to that one. So until then, later.
Take it easy.